On to baseball, the Royals are 2-8 in their last 10, and they are tied with the Rockies, are for 2-8 right now. That's somewhere you don't want to be. The Royals are trying to get a win against the Mariners. Royals will have Michael Lorenzo on the mound, but the Royals and Emerson Hancock will go for the Mariners. Game time 8:40, 6:40%. Or 6:40 Seattle time. The Cardinals lost a game last night after they won 3 in a row. Tonight, Andre Platt will go for the Cardinals, and Paul Skeens, one of the best, will take the mound for the Pirates. Baseball game time is at 5:40 Central and 6:40 Eastern. The Cubs have lost their series over the weekend and hope to get back on track. The Cubs will host the Guardians. Cade Williams will go for the Guardians, and Matthew Boyd will go for the Cubs. Game time, 7:05. Let's go to the NBA and talk about the players that have been traded. There was no longer time for Mizzou to have two players in Denver. They just suggested that was too much. So the Denver Nuggets trade Michael Porter Jr. and the Brooklyn Nets receive Cam Johnson, also going to the Brooklyn Nets, a 2023 first-round pick. Guard Colin Sexton traded from the Hornets to the Utah Jazz, plus a 2020-30 second-round pick to the Jazz for Joseph Nurkic. Bulls trade Lonzo Ball to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Bulls get Isaac Okoro. New Orleans Pelicans trade Jordan Poole, and Sade Bailey goes to the New Orleans Pelicans. Number 40 NBA pick in 2025 draft, which is already up. CJ McCollum, Kelly Oukim, and future second-round pick to the Washington Wizards. Portland Trailblazers trade Jrue Holiday for Andre Simmons and two first-round picks. Of course, Kevin Durant was traded to the Rockets from the Suns. The Suns get Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, a first-round pick that was already made at 10, also a second-round pick that was already made, a second-round pick in 2030 and 2032. Those complete the NBA trades. There were big deals for tomorrow. We'll do NFL and meet you up on that. Now we move on to mental health and part life as a purpose. The emptiness you can having for years of confusion and depression. I don't know anybody who notices this, but even doing something, you can still have a hard time deciding the purpose in your life. The simplest things can be a purpose. Getting out of bed, I would like to get better at that. Family thing, connections can be hard if you are feeling this way. It may also seem like just a saying, but one day at a time is a true statement. Take it one day at a time. Take it one day to get better. But now we come to the third thinking of primary part of your brain. This is the part that's focused on things like a perception, planning, and handling complex concepts. This is part of your brain knows deep down you need a meaning of life. Man searching the meaning.
Viktor Frankl
thought everything in life had to do with sex. He was wrong. He was not right in my book. Purpose is giving us strength to carry on, if not through conditions, then through difficult changes and transitions in relationships and activities. As Franklin wrote, in some way of suffering, cases to be suffering at the moment is meaning, such as the meaning. But be careful getting stuck in suffering in the mode of making, or notably looking how to get out of it is not helpful for you for the long term. do what you think.
I also think that most people really have not come to terms with the fact that they are not going to be here forever. And to be honest, I don't really claim to know what the true meaning of life is, okay? I think it's something that our human brain can't fully logically understand. It would kind of be like trying to explain consciousness to a dog or a cat or something. They just can't understand it. However, what I will say is there are some things that I think everyone should know. And I think the first step to actually understanding a topic like the meaning of life is to first align ourselves with the four truths of the universe. And the first truth is the truth of cause and effect, which means that every single thing you do or say has some kind of effect on the world around you and yourself. For example, let's say a number of years ago you lost your temper and you got really mad at a loved one in your life. This could be a family member or a friend or even that random person on the street. That one single incident where you lost it will have a lingering effect on that person to this day. Now, with that being said, it doesn't have to be some huge effect. It could be a very mild and small effect, and it could be buried deep within their subconscious that isn't necessarily visible on the exterior. But make no mistake, the effect is there, and it will always be there, and there is nothing that you can do to undo that. And the reason why most people hate hearing this is because it instantly makes them accountable for every single thing that they have ever done. And being held accountable is something that most human beings hate. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that we should all dwell in the past and feel sorry for ourselves, but what it does mean is that going forward, you should be very conscious of the things that you say and the things that you do within this world. And if you feel like you behaved in a way or you really lost it on someone, you can always apologize to that person because it is never, ever too late to say, I'm sorry. And the second truth of the universe is the law of impermanence, which means that every single thing here on Earth is temporary, like our bodies, our minds, our relationships, even our brains, even the video that you are watching right now. This video will probably be gone one day because the sun could explode and every single thing could be gone within a second. And funny enough, this is actually a good thing, and it shouldn't really make you feel bad or sad because it's none of those things. What it should make you do is really cherish each and every single moment that you have here on Earth. And to be clear, they don't have to be these big special moments. They can be any moment, like that one time where you laughed so hard that tears fell from your eyes, or maybe it was that time where you simply were sitting alone and you were just gazing at the sunset. Because all we really have in this lifetime is the present moment. And the third truth is the law of suffering and attachment. Any time that we become attached to something or someone, you are basically making a contract with yourself to be unhappy. Because like we just discussed, nothing here on Earth is permanent, which means that you will eventually lose that loved one, or you will eventually lose that watch, or that car, or that family member. Even your own body, you are going to lose. And the fourth truth is that we all are going to die one day. And the death truth is typically the toughest one for most people to accept because it often makes people really sad. But death does not have to be this horribly bad thing or even a sad thing, because without death, the moments with our friends or our family would not really be that special or deep. Without death, everything would eventually become dull and meek and gray, and there would be no incentive to really love and cherish the moments that we have with one another. There would be no incentive to really laugh deeply or love deeply or even to be present. And these are the things that truly make life rich and worth living. And on top of that, death is one of those things that truly does connect all of us because it makes you realize that you and the 7 other billion people here on Earth really are all on the same team, because this is our time. This is our time to collectively live life to the fullest as one. So the next time that you feel the need to yell at that loved one, or to yell at that person who cut you off in traffic, or to get revenge on that person who wronged you in the past, just remember that you are choosing to actively hurt your very own teammate. Make every moment count. Love deeply, laugh deeply, and be present to the moment. Because at the end of the day, all we really have in life is the present moment, so don't let it go to waste. If you want to learn more about life and motivation, then go ahead and click the video on the screen right now. I promise that you will love it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.